This is not a usual topic you would find yourself searching about or watching videos on. It's common that people search about wealth and who is topping the charts on their way to becoming rich. Your usual search bar might hold words like "who is the richest man in the world" or something along those lines. But have you ever wondered who the poorest man in the world is? How did he come to a level that he can be named the poorest man in the world? How did he get there? Well, that's what this video is all about. We're going to talk about Jerome Kerviel, what his life was like, what happened along the way, and how did he become the poorest man in the world. Jerome Kerviel was said to be a computer genius. He is a French rogue trader, consultant and former employee as a junior trader at the Societe Generale, one of the largest banks in all of Europe. He started working at the bank in the summer of 2000. Kerviel studied at the University of Nantes and graduated with a bachelor's in finance. He further went to pursue a master's degree in the year 2000 from the University of Lyon, specializing in organization and control of the financial markets. He earned about $66,000 a year. In 2006, it was reported that Kerviel started creating fictitious trades. At first, these were relatively small, but gradually started increasing in size and frequency. In 2007, Kerviel had been trading profitably in anticipation of falling market prices, but the bank claims he was involved in unauthorized trades. These unauthorized trades totaled about just under 50 billion euros. To cover this up, losing trades were created to counter the profits that were made. The unauthorized trading was eventually uncovered by the bank and was traced back to Kerviel in 2008. So, Societe Generale closed out the positions over 3 days of trading, causing a large dip in the market in equity indices and losses that were estimated at about 4.9 billion euros or $7 billion. Even though Societe Generale claims that Kerviel had worked alone, it seems weird how much unauthorized trading had gone unnoticed at all. He was practicing this way out of his authoritative limit and could not have done all of this on his own. If the fake trades were ever brought up, Kerviel would call it a mistake and cancel it the moment, only to later replace it with another transaction, while using tools to conceal detection. Societe Generale stated in a report that Kerviel was involved in a series of trade frauds. Kerviel's lawyers reported that Societe Generale wanted to hide losses that were incurred from the public and create a distraction from it. They said that the bank brought this scandal upon themselves. Thanks to Kerviel, the bank had made a profit of $2 billion in the year 2007. He would use many ways to conceal the traders from the bank's internal controls to avoid getting detected. Hundreds and thousands of trades can be hidden behind fake hedge trades. Kerviel was cautious and would close the trade within 2 or 3 days, just before the internal control system would kick in. Then, these positions would be shifted to a new trade. Reportedly, Kerviel had no personal profit from these trades and was very cooperative with the investigation. He also told the prosecutors that there were many others who were practicing such trades at Societe Generale. He did admit that he had exceeded the authoritative limit that the bank had given to him, but he did all of this to increase profits. On January 24, 2008, Societe Generale filed a lawsuit against the 31-year-old for creating fraudulent documents, using forged documents, and attacking the automated system. Alongside the bank, a few of the shareholders filed a lawsuit as well for fraud, breach of trust, and forgery. The Paris branch of Societe Generale and Kerviel's apartment were raided to take in any documents related to the case for analysis and investigation. Kerviel himself was taken into custody on January 26, 2008. He was initially supposed to be detained for 24 hours, but it extended to a 48-hour hold. His phone records were checked and he was questioned to get a know-how about what had happened and who else was involved. On January 28th, Kerviel was charged with abuse of confidence and illegal access to computers. These charges carried a maximum sentence of 3 years prison term. On June 8, 2010, Kerviel was found guilty and sentenced to 5 years prison time, along with 2 years suspended full repayment of the $6.7 billion that was lost, and a permanent ban from working in the financial services. In October 2012, a Paris appeal court reduced the sentence to 3 years. Kerviel had willingly turned himself in to the French authorities for his prison sentence. Eventually, Jerome Kerviel was named the poorest man in the world, as he had a debt of about $6.7 billion owning to Societe Generale. Little did he know his lifelong hard work and earning could be all thrown away after a series of fraud trades and land him in jail. He is the living example of rich man turned poor. There are many lessons a person can learn from his story and avoid the things that he did to land him the title of the poorest man in the world. Kerviel wanted to reinvent himself after getting released from jail with an ankle bracelet and only under the condition that he was to be supervised. He wanted a chance at a normal life again. He was offered an opportunity to work for a consultancy firm by the name of Consultants et Associates in 2004 after he was released. Thank you for sticking with us until the end. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to leave a like. We'll see you next time.